she drove. She wasn't going for goal, but she'll happily accept it.
It's gone all the way through, and look at this! Chewinga! Did you dare write Barcelona off?
The career of one of the all-time greats is all but over.
Nice comeback.
Uma oportunidade de dizer alguma coisa que eu acho que nunca disse.
Let's get this party started!
NFL Game Pass is now exclusively on DAZN.
Let's get this thing going.
Watch every game, plus the playoffs and Super Bowl. It's your all-access pass.
That's how you fight a southpaw. Well on his way to coming back.
Katie Taylor does it again. Look at the emotion.
Boxing's often a game of numbers. On June 1st, live on DAZN, the two best light heavyweights on the planet will finally meet to decide who is #1, Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol. On the undercard, 10 more of the best fighters on planet Earth will meet in an historic competition between rival promoters. Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn, Queensberry versus Matchroom, 5 versus 5. Today we find out who those 10 fighters are. The DAZN Boxing Show is on the road again. This time we're in the capital, London, England, for the big press conference. I am talking about the undisputed light heavyweight title showdown between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. And today we unveil who the fighters are in the 5 versus 5. Eddie versus Frank, Queensberry versus Matchroom. All happens right now. Here we go. This is it. This is a big one. This is an exciting one as well. We're in a secret location. I can't really tell you where we are.
love that, don't you?
It's a secret location, right? I can't tell you where we are, but it is special because this is where all the big press conferences happen right now, isn't it, Des?
Yeah, it is. It is a secret location somewhere in London.
Somewhere near Tottenham Court Road.
But it's a good. It feels like the home now, the home place for a big time press conference. But this is big. This is very big.
This is big. This is special. Obviously, look, we are here for Bivol versus Beterbiev, but also here for 5 versus 5. Which is it's the talk of the town. I know the 5. Can't reveal the 5. That's going to be revealed in a few moments. But everyone's talking about this 5 versus 5 now.
It's because there's so many fights you could make, and the intrigue of who will it be against who, and are they at the same level, and who win? What if does that put more pressure on? If say Queensberry win the first one, that put more pressure on the Matchroom second fight in the second fight to really do a little bit extra, or is it? Oh no, and you can crumble under pressure, by the way. So fighters who normally cope with their own inner demons might feel the pressure of the team format.
You know, I want to see more of this. whether it be at this level, which is the very highest level of boxing, or British or European level. I want to see more 5 versus 5s.
I think there's definitely a market for it. It makes it very intriguing. There's sort of a team sport element to it. I'd be intrigued to see if Frank already got in the changing room beforehand saying, you've got to win this one. We need this one.
Yeah.
We need this one. Come on, you've got to get the win. But
Definitely.
I love it. You know, I love it, not only for the fighters themselves, they're on their own paths looking for big title shots, whatever it may be, but for the promoters, for the presence and social media. You mentioned it before about, you know, people back home have their favourite, whether it be Eddie, whether it be Frank, and now you've got this presence on social media where one like the other. This is massive. You won't want to lose it. The promoters won't want to lose it.
In a sport that's, you know, all about money, bragging rights on tonight are worth more than anything.
Yeah.
They really are. It's so much pressure. They will put unwanted pressure on their fighters, especially at the last few fights. If it's close, if they got a few wins each, they got 2 wins each.
And by the way,
So
it could go down to
the
the final
decider.
fight, the decider. And then you go in and you have to channel in at Sir Alex Ferguson in the changing room. You know, you might even have to throw a boot, throw a hairdryer, get the job done.
I've been there as an international against England, actually. That was the last fight, and it was 4-4.
Did you win?
I did win, sorry. Yeah, although I was very lucky, I would say that, and it was in Wales, so, you know. But I mean, the pressure, you feel that, because it's not just about you, and like you when you box in Commonwealth Games, it's for yourself, but you understand you're representing your country. It becomes more than you, and this is probably the first time in professional boxing where it becomes more than just about your sole goal.
How many people, Daz, you're the most recent fighter of the two, sorry Barry, but how many people would have been knocking on Eddie's door saying, I have to be in this? Like, I need to be in this 5 versus 5.
I would say 99%, if not 100% of them, and vice versa. I think it's such a big occasion, such a big show, to be involved in these mammoth shows with the huge main event. Definitely, I think most of them.
All right, the world's media is here. So many people here, from YouTubers to the written press, to all here. And Charlie Parsons is in the thick of things. Charlie, what's going on?
We are live on the ground, the stomping ground powered by Y Hydrate, as seen on the DAZN Best of Social. I've got Oscar to my left, Oon to my right. Probably thinking, how have I blagged it here? I don't know either, but we've got Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. Oscar, firstly to you. UK Shores, press conferences, they all are. Go to Riyadh for the big one, June 1st. What do you think?
We had to get a little bit of the magic turkey dust to make this happen. It's a brilliant fight. When you've got a fighter in Dmitry Bivol who hasn't dropped around, or barely dropped around as a professional, and a fighter in Artur Beterbiev who hasn't needed to drop around because he can knock people out, combine them two together and add all the marbles. Does it get any better than that? I don't think it does for me, no.
Oon, I'll pass it to you. We've got this slick boxer in Dmitry Bivol, and then the guy that cuts the ring up with Beterbiev. Nice to see him, both of them calling their media rounds. What do you think going into June 1st?
Mate, you know, leading up to this fight, a lot of people would say it's for the fight for the hardcores, but it's really not. When you look at it, you've got Beterbiev, who's just destructive, dynamite hands. You've got Bivol, who we've seen what he's done against Canelo, man. The guy's been there, he's done it on the big stage. This is going to be an epic fight. Big fight. Everyone should be watching this fight. Even if you're a partial boxing fan, get tuning, because this fight's going to be explosive, man.
I just spoke to His Excellency then. I said, just as if the main event wasn't good enough, we've now got a 5v5 on the undercard. He said he absolutely loves seeing Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn together. No hints, as I don't know quite what the fighters are and we're not allowed to reveal them, but there's a great buzz down there. Seeing Frank and Eddie cooperating, Oscar.
Yeah, it is one of the strangest things I think I've ever seen in the sport of boxing. It wasn't on the bingo card for 2023 and now 2024, that's for sure. I can't wait to see what 5 fights we're going to get. Rumours only, there's some wicked ones. I know the heavyweights will get a lot of attention, but Hamza Shiraz and Amo Williams, potentially I'm all in for that. I think, 19-0 versus 16-0. Both ranked with a Ring magazine, 26 knockouts between them. That, for me, is one that, if is in the 5v5, it will be one of my favourites for sure.
Uni, now we, as the media, we've got a few ideas as to who might be here. Is there anyone that you want to see? Anyone that gets you excited when you see him in the ring?
There's only one word, and that's Bomb Squad.
Okay.
When Deontay Wilder comes into that ring, you know it's going to be explosive. We're hearing, and it's only rumours right now, it's going to be Jire Zhang maybe 2 big heavyweights. Interesting fight. Both got power in their hands. Jire Zhang's a bit technical with his backhand. Deontay Wilder at any point can drop you, man. This is going to be exciting. If it is a fight, I don't know. We're going to wait for the announcement, but if that fight is to happen, wow.
Looks like we are going to the broadcast, so I'll throw it over there.
press conferences, the two-part press conference.
They know more than I do. They're talking about these fights. I have no idea what they're talking about with these matchups. Look, as Dev is over my shoulder getting things started, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but I want to talk about the main event, what we're all here for, what the real fight fans are here for, and that is Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev, undisputed, all the marbles, as they say, #1 versus #2. Just how special is this fight, Barry?
Yeah, it's as big as it gets. I mean, stylistically, they're perfectly matched. You go a destructive puncher who's better than what people think stylistically. I mean, he's clever than what people think, I should say, against the guy who's known as the master boxer, who, when he needs to be, can be more assertive, can be more aggressive than what he's given credit for. So, you know, it's getting the balance right for both of them. This fight will be won by smallest margins. There'll be the small mistake by one or the other that wins this fight. It won't be the big things, it'll be the little things that make the difference.
Can we put the rankings back on there? I just want to, like, this is a clear #1 versus #2, and this isn't disrespecting Buatsi and Yard and Callum Smith. Yard and Callum Smith had their opportunity, but this is #1 and 2 with some gap.
Yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth there, with some gap. These are levels, leagues above.
That's not being disrespectful to the rest of them. It's because these are so good. It's such a good fight, so contrasting in styles. It will not disappoint.
Yeah, Mauricio Sullivan behind us, by the way, showing the belt that the winner, I believe, of Bivol Beterbiev are going to get. Look at that. I mean, Mauricio Sullivan loves a new belt, doesn't he? He loves finding a new belt.
I think that's for Fury. That's for Fury and Usyk. Yeah, I think so. You've got the Ukraine flag there, and the GB flag.
There you go. It is nice. It is nice. It is nice. I did say everyone is here. And I mean it. Everyone is here. Let's talk about Bivol. Obviously, I'm a massive Dmitry Bivol fan. I'm a massive Beterbiev fan as well. But just how good is Dmitry Bivol? I mean, a couple of really standout wins, Gilberto Ramirez and Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, the Canelo Alvarez thing, you know, it has to stand out. He was naturally smaller, I understand all that, but the way he never crumbled under the pressure. Remember, Canelo nights are bigger nights. They're just crazy nights. And you go into a cauldron there of 20, 25,000 fans, and they're all massive Canelo fans.
Yeah.
And he coped with it. And it wasn't by brute strength. He didn't use his physical attributes so much. I mean, his weight, the natural weight. He used his brain. He kept that distance. Every time Canelo took a gap and took a little space before he goes again, he smothered him with straight punches, with work. It was such clever boxing. And against Ramirez, you know, a big guy, I know he came up, but actually a bigger guy possibly, even though he boxed at
he's a cruiserweight now, so he's
exactly. Yeah. No, he just controlled everything. And I thought we'd seen him turn a corner there, Bivol, in how he could be more crowd-pleasing and still very clever, like he is, and technically very good. Went back a little bit in his last fight. I thought he played his safety first. I thought a little bit against Lyndon Arthur. Just did enough. But he can't do that in this fight. He has to be the mix of being a little bit safety first, but also make sure that he makes Beterbiev know he's there. And he can do that. I think he's one of the most purest boxers we have in the sport today, Dmitry Bivol. And considering how good the landscape is at the moment, that's some statement.
You know when someone is at the top of their game when they make it look easy. And for me, Bivol makes it look easy. The way he kind of, and I know what you're saying about the Lyndon Arthur performance, is kind of like, he was just in first gear, just kind of cruising, made it easy. And sometimes in this sport, if you can make the hardest sport in the world easy, well, so what? You know, you can't blame the individual, but I feel there's still levels and levels and levels to go. He's going to have to show these levels. He's going to have to show these gears against Beterbiev, who is just an animal. He may be down on the cards. One of the guys said there, Oscar, I think. He may be down on the cards for 11 and a half rounds. But just like that, he can pull out a victory because of that destructive power.
It's almost, some might say, disrespectful to say boxer versus puncher, because Beterbiev is such a good boxer as well. And as an amateur, I mean, this guy's got so many accolades. And I think we saw it against Callum Smith when he switched it up against Callum Smith. He showed a bit of everything. Obviously, destructive power, but he also shows that he's such a good boxer as well.
People think footwork is always about the guy who dances. And that's mainly true. You know, the guy who's fleet-footed, what great footwork he has. An aggressive fighter with good footwork, Golovkin, great footwork.
Perfect
Canelo,
example, yeah.
great footwork. You know, they suffocate you with that front foot. Alexander Usyk, another one, as a cruiserweight. That front foot is right on your chest all the time. It puts you under pressure, forces you to make mistakes. And then when you have the power to make you pay for that mistakes, the power he has, that's what makes him such a good fighter.
Can you move to the side so they can see that poster behind the scene. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. Beterbiev versus Bivol. For you Game of Thrones fans, that's just like Game of Thrones. These are two guys that would have been on the battlefield 500 years ago.
Beterbiev looks frightening.
He does look scary,
he looks
doesn't he?
really, really scary.
They made him look like a cruiserweight. He looks enormous.
I remember picking up with the AJ Ngannou poster.
Yeah.
They made Ngannou look huge.
You can almost imagine Beterbiev with ears around his neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, fantastic. It really is. And that graphic that we just showed you, by the way, of Beterbiev's last 5 fights, all knockouts. This guy doesn't do extra time. He doesn't do overtime. Look at that. TKO, KO, TKO.
Yeah, but look at the rounds. 7, 8, 2. No, he's not one of these guys who doesn't carry the power. No, he carries it late and he gets rid of you early, yes.
At any time. And he's probably into this later stage of his career. You look at his last couple of performances. Yard, who hit him hard, and we know Yard can crack. Tough fight, British Fight of the Year as well. And then Callum Smith, at the grand old age of 40, I mean, he outdone everything that Callum Smith could do.
Yeah, I mean, like Barry said, he's this aggressive boxer, if you like. There's so much crudeness to the way he fights. Very smart. There is that question mark. The first thing that goes for a fighter is their punch resistance. But the last thing that goes is their power. Yeah. Like I say, I favour Bivol in this contest. I love the feet, I love the movement, I love the hand speed. You can't deny the power that Beterbiev carries, but I just... until that last second goes and the bell sounds for the 12 rounds, if it does go that long, he is in there with a chance. That's why this is so intriguing. It's going to be one of those fights that, for as long as it lasts, it's going to go so quickly because you're going to be at the edge of your seat.
Yeah. Do you know, I asked His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh about this fight, and he said the winner he wants to see fight Jar Bataya. Which just sounds...
We've said that, We've spoke about that. For me, if I had to pick a fantasy fight now, in divisions, that would be the one I'd love to see.
Which one? Who?
The winner.
The winner.
The winner.
Yeah.
The winner.
I almost feel like Beterbiev looks like the guy that could go to cruiserweight, his size. Whereas Bivol's spoken about going down to 168.
Yeah.
Whereas Beterbiev looks ready to go to cruiserweight.
And also, you always pick Beterbiev in a fight against anybody because of what he can do. You know, and
imagine that.
And Jaya Bataya
versus Jaya Bataya.
Jaya Bataya, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Always looks like he's internally angry.
Yeah.
He's simmering underneath. Like you said the wrong thing to him by mistake, that he's going to blow up.
Who would you? Again, this is just, we're playing fantasy matchups.
This is the fans in us.
We can.
Now.
You know why? Because His Excellency has said that we can, because they do fantasy matchups. Beterbiev versus Opataya. Opataya.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably my favourite fighter out there at the minute. Really? I love that, no-nonsense.
Oh!
I'm not sure. Like, I think...
His feet are so good, Barry.
Yeah, but
like, the way Opataya moves is perfect.
But he's hittable.
Perfect.
We've seen it against Marius Breidis, which obviously was his first big fight, so the occasion may have got him slightly, but still, and he boxed really well in that fight, and a clear winner in a relatively close-ish fight. But Beterbiev's better on his feet than Marius Breidis. You know, and until he shows a decline, the age is irrelevant.
I love the way we've started talking about fights. That might happen, even though we've got an undisputed coming up 1st June. That's just what we do. That's what we do,
because these fights now are starting to happen. As fans, you're starting to get what you want, and you know, at times that's not been the case. It's brilliant.
Do you almost feel like for Beterbiev here, and look, he's got this amazing knockout streak, was it 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. Yeah. If he were to stop Bivol, I mean, you know, there's always this pound for pound discussion. I think he's floating around 5 or 6. If he were to become undisputed by stopping Bivol, where is he in that lofty pound for pound range?
I wouldn't disregard anyone saying that he was #1. If someone was to say he was #1, I wouldn't rubbish it.
Wouldn't argue, yeah.
There's an argument that he's already in the mix-up with, I think you've got to put Crawford and Inoue 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And argue where they are. But you think adding him in that mix as well, you could juggle either one of those two. Yeah. If he does a really good, if he does a destructive job on Bivol, winning's good enough to put him in that argument anyway. If he does a destructive job, that's some statement against a guy who hasn't really shown any frailties on that regard of getting hurt and getting hit and getting seriously hurt.
All right, let's do this. They are ready. I can see over my shoulder that DAZN's ready to do this one as well. This is the press conference that I personally have been waiting for ages. I can't believe it's happening. Beterbiev versus Bivol. Let's throw to your MC for this one, Mr. DAZN.
no audio through PA. He said he wants someone queuing him. There's no audio through PA. You need it on now, right now. The microphone's turned off.
These things happen. It's called live TV. These things happen. There's a technical problem with Dev's mic. We are going to try and get that sorted as soon as possible. But, I mean, you got me for a few more minutes. That's the bonus of this thing.
You're good at this,
It's a bonus.
You're good at this.
Nothing wrong with having Ade for a few more
Put your
minutes.
glasses on, lad.
No. Shall I put
Yeah,
my
go on,
glasses
put your
on? You want to
glasses
see
on.
my glasses?
No, you
Very
put
cool.
his glasses on.
I'll show you my new glasses. One second. Hold this.
Go on, I got you. Go on.
Are we good to go? Are we frank? Or can I show my new glasses? Have I got time? There you go. Go on a second.
I want to see you wear them again, Barry.
I said they're too big for my head. Andy's got a massive head. Look at that.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, let me throw to Dev Sani. This is take 2 now. Fingers crossed it works. Dev, take it off.
Okay, we're going to try all of that again. That is live TV, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome, wherever you are joining us around the world, welcome to Outer Net London. And whenever your eyes see this stage, whenever the media gathers in this room, we know that something big is about to happen. It's another groundbreaking, monumental press conference. Now, Riyadh has really become the home of big-time boxing. Let's go back to October, the battle of the baddest. Fury versus Ngannou, the lineal king of heavyweight boxing against the lineal king of heavyweight MMA. We then moved on to the day of reckoning, December 23rd. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and a star-studded undercard. What about knockout chaos? Just last month, Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou, a moment, a knockout that we'll never forget, all happened in Riyadh. May 18th is another one for your diary, as if you don't already know. The first undisputed heavyweight champion of the century will be crowned as part of Riyadh's season. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will finally meet in a ring of fire with absolutely everything on the line. Well, today we're here to announce the latest and perhaps the greatest in all of these shows so far. We'll be back in Riyadh on June the 1st. Now, as part of Riyadh's season, this is a sporting rivalry that has gone on for years and years and years. It's one of the fiercest, most intense, most bitter rivalries out there. UK boxing promoters Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn will each pit 5 of their very best fighters against each other. It will be Queensberry versus Matchroom. There will be pride on the line. There will be glory on the line. And there will be an awful lot of bragging rights on the line. Over 30 years of rivalry will spill over into the ring. And stick with us because we'll be announcing and unveiling those fighters very, very shortly. It's a Riyadh season original. Now, the main event on June the 1st, it's about as good as it gets right now in boxing. If you're a fight fan watching this stream, if you're a member of the media in this room, this is on your list of dream fights. The dream becomes a reality. June the 1st, 2 pound-for-pound ranked fighters, 2 of the best fighters in the whole world, will collide and decide who the unified and undisputed light heavyweight king really is. On one side, you've got unbeaten WBA, IBO World Light Heavyweight Champion Dmitry Bivol, perhaps the best pure boxer in the world right now. And he takes on the unified WBO, IBF, WBC and lineal World Light Heavyweight Champion, perhaps the most destructive puncher in boxing, in Artur Beterbiev. It is quite simply the best versus the best. Now, this event is brought to you to fans worldwide by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, in conjunction with Riyadh Season, National Events Centre, the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions and Seller. OK, let's bring onto the stage some of the key players involved in this historic bout on June the 1st. Let's first welcome to the stage the long-standing manager of WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion Dmitry Bivol, representing World of Boxing Promotions, please welcome Vadim Kornilov. Okay, that's Vadim Kornilov with that glorious WBA World Light Heavyweight Championship. Now let's welcome to the stage the president of Top Rank Incorporated and representing the unified World Light Heavyweight Champion Artur Beterbiev. Please welcome Todd DeBoeuf. Okay, now let's welcome to the stage, representing Queensberry Promotions, Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Frank Warren. Okay, it's now time to welcome to the stage the long-standing promoter of WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion Dmitry Bivol, representing Matchroom Boxing. Please welcome Eddie Hearn. Okay, let's get the fighters onto the stage. Let's first welcome one of the supreme technicians in boxing today. One of the best pure boxers out there. He is unbeaten in 22 fights. He is the long-reigning WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion and IBO Light Heavyweight Champion. Please welcome Dmitry Bivol. Okay, now let's welcome to the stage a champion who has knocked out every man that he has faced. Unbeaten with a perfect record of 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. He's the reigning unified WBC, WBO and IBF World Light Heavyweight Champion. Please welcome Artur Beterbiev. Okay, so everyone's up here. Before we begin speaking to the top table, I'd like to take a moment to thank those involved in making these groundbreaking events possible. And what a privilege it is to be working again on such a historic fight card as part of Riyadh season. Firstly, we'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And of course, His Excellency, Chairman of GIA, Turki Al-Sheikh. And a huge thanks to all of the teams of GIA, Riyadh Season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver historic events in the Kingdom. Okay, let's talk to the table. I'm going to begin with Hall of Fame boxing promoter here, Frank Warren. A tremendous fight. This is undisputed. Just 2 weeks after we crown an undisputed heavyweight champion, we get one in the light heavyweight division. Tell us about this fight.
We do, but just before that, I'd also, on behalf of all of us here, like to thank King Salman and the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and also the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, and thank you so much for making all this happen. Boxing is so grateful for you, all the effort that's been put in to making these magnificent fights and occasions happen. Very grateful. So we've got a big fight. We've got 4 belts on the line. Very rarely does this happen. We got one, obviously, a few weeks before with a heavyweight division. Then we're in the light heavyweight division with 2 superb fighters, both undefeated. I think they're both 20 wins each. So somebody's O will go, as they say. And me as a fight fan and a bit of a neutral as far as the 2 guys are concerned, I can't wait to see it. This is something extra, extra special. And again, take our hats off to Top Rank and to Matchroom, who worked very hard to make this happen. It's brilliant.
Now, you've seen both of these guys last year, Artur Beterbiev at the very start of the year, Dmitry Bivol towards the end. Look, I don't want to push you towards a pick, but have you got any pick? And bear in mind who sat next to you.
Well, he beat my man, didn't you? He beat Anthony in I think his toughest fight to date. It was a tough fight. It was an excellent and exciting fight, and he done it in style. And over the other side of the table is another Brit basher who's done a few of our guys. So this is such a good fight. I mean, fights like this come along very, very rarely. Two undefeated fighters. And as I say, we got one a couple of weeks before, a bit like buses, but very rarely does this happen. And quality fighters, top guys. And who would I lean towards? I've got to lean towards Artur because I think in fighting Anthony, he showed to me what a good fighter he was. Anthony, I've got a lot of regard for him as a fighter, and he done brilliantly against him.
Okay, thank you, Frank Warren. Let's bring in Vadim Kornilov from the Bivol team. Vadim, you've just heard Frank Warren refer to Dmitry there as the Brit basher. He's got a tall task in front of him, though, in Artur Beterbiev. Tell us your thoughts heading into Undisputed.
Thank you for everything, and thank you for this fight to be happening finally. One thing I can say is that this is a fight that we've been waiting for a long time. Probably for the last 2 years, Dmitry has been asking for the Undisputed fight. And finally, there's somebody that came through and came together, brought everybody together and made this happen. And I just want to say that we appreciate the opportunity, everybody who's taking part in this, and the great athletic fan in His Excellency, Mr. Turkey, who's making this a possibility for everybody.
And why does your man win?
Because boxing is more about class, IQ, style, and skills, in my opinion.
Okay, well, let's hear from the Beterbiev side. Let's bring in Todd DeBoeuf. You've just heard the case there from Vadim Kornilov. A big moment for Artur and Top Rank here. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I think I've always been a fan of destruction, and this guy is destruction, and Frank is dead on right. Artur has just... Every time you turn on the television, my phone would ring and friends from all over the world would call me and say, who is this monster? And I think he gets better with each fight. I think he adjusted after the Yard fight where we saw he got hit a couple times and then came in for the next fight against Smith and adjusted. And the truth is, it's a really credit to the athlete. It's a credit to the Riyadh season, Sella, His Excellency, listening to what the people are saying. We want to see something, help us make this happen. And we're helping the two fighters at the top of their skill set in a great weight class and a great contrast to style. So I think we're in for a special night.
And why does Artur Beterbiev become undisputed June 1st?
Because you look at his body of work, nobody lasts 12 rounds. That's why. I don't have to say anything.
That's a pretty conclusive argument, but I'm sure there's a man who will have something to say about that. Mr. Eddie Hearn, you've long championed Dmitry Bivol. He's talked about wanting to be undisputed, but this is a man you know very, very well. A tall task. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Thanks, everybody, for attending today. Just before we go into this fight, just want to pass our regards on to the family of Willie Limond, who unfortunately lost his life earlier today. A great ambassador for the sport of boxing. Rest in peace, Willie Limond, and God bless your family. We're here again, Dev. This is quite remarkable, really. Of course, thank you to His Crown Prince and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. You did it again. To have two undisputed fights within 2 weeks of each other is quite remarkable. I mean, the undisputed heavyweight world championship has been something that's avoided us for a long time. You made that happen. Now you make, in my opinion, the best fight in boxing in Dmitry Bivol against Artur Beterbiev. I think it's just one of the purest matchups in the sport. And to see that headline, the top of a card on June 1st with the 5v5, 6 of the purest 50-50 matchups you could see in boxing. So congratulations to everybody. This is a real incredible moment for the sport. And I didn't see this fight happening without an intervention from somebody. And as I said, His Excellency made it happen. These are 2 tremendous fighters, 2 world champions. In every division, we should look to find an undisputed champion. It tells you who the very best is. And Frank's right, you know, Artur Beterbiev has, of course, beaten Anthony Yard. He beat Callum Johnson, who we put in with him many years ago. Callum did drop him. He beat Callum Smith as well. And Dmitry Bivol beat Craig Richards and beat Lyndon Arthur as well. And I just feel that this man to my left, as Vadim says, his boxing IQ is on another level. And it needs to be against, as Todd said, you know, one of the most dangerous men in the sport of boxing. Artur Beterbiev is a wrecking machine. But this guy, I believe, is pound for pound the top fighter potentially in the sport. And when he beat Canelo Alvarez, who was the clear pound for pound #1 in the sport, I don't think he actually got the credit that he deserved. And he did that with consummate ease. And as tough as this fight is, don't be amazed to see him make this look easy on June the 1st. I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight, but he has all the ability to stand that man on his head whilst he's trying to hunt him down. But whilst he's doing it, he's going to be very, very dangerous. And I believe on June the 1st, Dmitry Bivol will be the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world.
Just one more on that, Eddie. Obviously, you were talking about Callum Smith. He's going to knock him out with a left hook. Heard you about Callum Johnson in the past as well. What is it that is so different about Dmitry Bivol that makes you think he's going to stop this man?
Ability, footwork, ring IQ, composure. You know, all of the things you need. If you don't have the ability to box and move, to stand and trade at times, to have a great chin, to have the engine, Artur's going to run through you. And it's going to take someone very, very special to beat him. Thankfully, we got someone very, very special. His name is Dmitry Bivol, and he's built for this moment. For 5 or 6 years we've been working together with Vadim. Vadim has told me from the very, very start, we need the Beterbiev fight. That is the fight that will show us and show the world how great Dmitry Bivol is. Really, he's already achieved greatness. He beat the pound for pound #1. But the naysayers will say, yeah, but it was a 168 coming up to 175. Whatever. Now there will be no arguments that the victor on June the 1st is the king of the division. And that's what we want in the sport of boxing. And I can't wait. I can't wait to, you know, I mean, it's going to be one of the great nights for Dmitry, for Vadim, and for me personally, because after we've spanked Frankie Boy 5-0 in the 5v5, we're going to run off with the undisputed championship. And it's going to be so sweet, because I look at Todd down there, he don't really like me either. So I can't wait. Roll on June the 1st, Riyadh, another historic night. Jeez.
Thank you, Eddie. That was all for no context, and I know that was. Let's bring in a man who most definitely does like you, Dmitry Bivol, WBA light heavyweight champion. I've heard you talk about how this is your dream fight. Even when people were asking you about fighting Canelo again, you were saying, I want undisputed. Now it's so close. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this.
Hello, everybody. I want to say thank you to Beterbiev team, to my promoter, World of Boxing, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, everybody, and of course to His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh and Riyadh and Saudi, because they are making a great fight for not only for me, for boxing fans, because everybody who loves boxing, they ask me, when you gonna fight Beterbiev? Who's gonna make this fight? And Saudi Arabia, they will make this fight. And thank you for this. Of course, I'm happy because when I signed the contract to be a pro boxer, I had a goal to be an undisputed champion. And everything what I went through, it was to my goal. I made it to get my goal. Even the fight against Canelo, which Eddie mentioned, it was my ticket for big fights. And now I'm happy that I will have fight on June 1st for all of belts.
When you look across down the table at Artur Beterbiev, 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, do you see the most dangerous challenge of your career?
Every time when I'm on my training camp, I think my opponent is the dangerous opponent in the world. These thoughts help me to be in focus, to be serious in my training camp, and of course he's one of the dangerous opponents. Even if we see on his records, even if he see on his fights, he's powerful, and it makes me more excited to fight against this guy, because I love challenges. I love to be tested, and this fight, the huge test for me also.
Well, he's knocked out everyone so far. Tell us why you're different.
Every person is different, not only me. I have good skills. I just believe in my skills. I'm in boxing 20 years old, 28 years I'm in boxing. I'm in boxing since I remember myself. I love the sport, and I think it could help me, my experience and my mentality and my skills, my camp. I just believe that I could be undisputed.
Okay, well, let's bring in Artur Beterbiev. You have been also dreaming about becoming undisputed, getting that fourth belt. It's just there, that fourth belt. How do you feel looking across, seeing it? Tell us what's on your mind.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Not first time. Thank you for everyone who make this fight, for His Excellence, for Top Rank, for Frank Warren, for his team. What you ask me?
I mean, you can see the belt there, the belt that you've wanted for so long, Artur. Since 2017, you wanted to keep collecting the belts. How do you feel seeing it there and going into this fight?
I see another belt.
And what about Dmitry Bivol? Thank you, Artur, terrorizing me. Do you just see just another opponent? I mean, this is an unbeaten champion.
Like you say, I'm collecting belts and I need one more.
You've both been world champions since 2017. In your opinion, why has it taken so long for this fight to happen?
I don't know. He knows better. Ask him.
Dmitry, why has it taken so long for this fight to happen?
To be realistic, yeah, you ask him, he doesn't speak, I will say from him. Of course, we know boxing how it's happening, and all fighters was with the belt with Top Rank. I asked my team a lot of times, I wanted this fight, and I got answer only that it's not. There is no person who will make this fight.
His Excellency wasn't doing boxing.
Yeah, and now we have His Excellency who loves boxing so much, and who said that I want this fight, and this fight happened.
Well, this fight is certainly happening June 1st. Artur, is this the biggest challenge so far?
We'll see.
What's your hunch? What do you think?
Well, I'm not thinking. I'm preparing. I will prepare for this fight. Try to be ready for 100%.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just wonder, do you have a message for Dmitry Bivol now that he's here?
He knows already.
Dimitri, Artur Beterbiev says that you know already. What is it that you know?
I don't know already.
We know. I tell you, no. For sure.
Okay, so somebody knows something. What I do know is that there is an additional belt on the line here. There will be an undisputed new belt on the line, which should, there you go, the magic of television, it is up there behind us. And the fighters will face off very, very shortly in the front of the stage with that behind us. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back very shortly for the 5 versus 5 unveiling. Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, undisputed, coming up June 1st, your main event. Stick with us.
Wow, there you go. I mean, Beterbiev, very, very short with his words, which I almost find very, very intimidating and scary.
Something's happened there. He was indicating that you know what happened. You know, I wouldn't rule out that Beterbiev...
Tell him what you saw of me, what you think.
He may have chinned him or hurt him in sparring or something.
Really?
Well, the way he was saying it, you know, and Bivol sort of laughed, he smiled, he looked a little uncomfortable. I reckon something's happened there.
Interesting. Are you with this theory as well, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist Barry Jones?
Yeah, whether he's done it or he knows somebody who has done it in sparring maybe, but there's something there, and rightly so. You think, if they've been even though they're junior and senior, they've been in the same team, they've been around the same people. It's only logical to say that they've sparred the same people, or possibly maybe sparred themselves at some point.
Yeah, maybe. What I do love is when you see all those belts. And in boxing recently, we've seen so many undisputed fights, and that's what we want to see, right? The fans at home need to know who is number one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was quite chilling when he said, I'm collecting belts, and Bivol is that last belt. You know, that's all he cares about. He wants to be the governor, the undisputed champ in this division.
All right, here we are. I mean, this is the one we've been waiting for. It is the big press conference. We spoke to or saw. Look at this. By the way, before we go, look at this. I can't wait. June 1st, live on DAZN. Look at that. Sensational. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol for all the belts at 175 pounds. Wow. Wow. Stick with us. Not just that on DAZN. So much more coming your way as well.
Hey, champ. I know why you're here. You're a born winner, the top dog. You have a proper punch on you. It only takes one, eh? But I know you're not all about throwing haymakers. You know your bobs from your weaves, and you know DAZN's got over 100 live events every year. Over 100. Proper stat. All the action, the chaos, the comebacks, the non-stop knockout. Big fights every week. So get those gloves back on. Together, we're boxing royalty. DAZN, undisputed.
Told you we got so much coming your way on DAZN, and it all starts this Saturday. Big one, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia from the Barclays Center. Devin Haney, the current WBC super lightweight champion. We then move to May 4th. We've been talking about undisputed fights all today. We have another one. Canelo defending all his belts at 168 pounds. He takes on Jaime Munguia, which is his first fight against a Mexican since facing Julio Cesar Chavez. And then the big one, right? The heavyweight division rules boxing, and these two are trying to see who rules the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for all the belts in the division. That one Saturday, May 18th.
Live on DAZN worldwide, May 18th. The fight of the century. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson Fury looks to reign as king of the division. But Alexander Usyk is undefeated and coming for the crown. For the first time in over 20 years, all the belts are on the line. Ring of Fire, live on DAZN worldwide, May 18th.
How are you, mate?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Day of Reckoning was something very, very special. We all enjoyed it. So much went on, though, behind the scenes that you guys didn't see. And there's a little snippet from a documentary that was made to almost remind us of just how good Day of Reckoning was.
Is the power and the speed still there? Can he be the wrecking ball that he was once in his career?
Every fight has consequence. There is so much on the line.
so many world champions, so many contenders. Everyone is fighting for something. It's the greatest fight card, I would say, in the history of the sport.
I was at a weigh-in for a fight, and my phone was pinging and pinging and pinging and pinging.
There's been a lot said about me meeting with Eddie Hearn for the first time.
Two top promoters in the UK have never even met.
I like to rack my brains. I'm like, has that ever happened? It's never happened.
Well, basically, everyone hates each other.
This has been a coming together. This has been a light bulb moment.
Fight cards like this just do not happen.
10 boxers from the top 15. That's extraordinary.
There's such a collection of characters. The boxing world is talking about it. There's such a buzz for this show.
AJ posted the other day and said, the lion in the circus. And that's what it is. It's a heavyweight circus.
Let's go. No working for me Saturday night. Let's get down to business.
Shut the up. Even don't start with me. This is what's gonna make you or break you.
Every baby has a daddy, and I'm gonna beat you like I'm your daddy.
I always say don't blink, because you just don't know what's gonna happen. When it happens, bam, baby, good night.
Man.
Let's get ready to
It's the craziest card ever. It's not supposed to be this good. Everyone is fighting for something.
We have not seen this for decades.
It was time for everybody to get together.
When you didn't think it could get any better, it gets better.
December 23rd changes the landscape and the course of heavyweight history. I know how to fight, and I'll fight to win.
That feels so long ago, Day of Reckoning. It feels ages ago. It really does. How good was that, though, Day of Reckoning? That was fantastic.
It was brilliant. I mean, it was a fabulous show. I mean, we all enjoyed it. Some great nights boxing. And here we are again. Here we are going again with another great show.
Here we are again, Eddie. That was good, though, Day of Reckoning. You made your debut in there as well, your acting debut.
No, Eddie, to be honest with you, I mean, you are, I've seen a lot of people in Hollywood. You are everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
I mean, I didn't know if it was the Day of Reckoning or the Addy show. I mean,
Addy Oladipo show, that's what they're calling it. The Addy What we have there, though, is the Beterbiev and Bivol show. That was an interesting press conference.
Yeah, listen, I thought, just to spice it up a little bit, I don't really like him, to be honest with you, Beterbiev.
No?
I think he's arrogant, rightfully so, because he's incredibly dangerous and he really believes in himself. But at the same time, we're here to talk about the fight.
Yeah.
And I just said to Dmitry after the head-to-head, I said, excuse my French, I won't say the word, I said, let's him up.
Yeah.
Let's take him to school.
Yeah.
Because I really want to beat him, because I thought Callum Smith was going to do the job. He wasn't good enough. Yard wasn't good enough either, unfortunately, and that shows you how good Beterbiev is. Bivol's special. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough fight. And so it should be for the undisputed championship of the world.
Indeed. I mean, to Eddie's point there, Frank, I mean, they do need to realise they do need to sell it as well, don't they? It's an opportunity. Here's the world's media here. I mean, people come from far away. If you are Beterbiev, I know that he's quite stoic in his demeanour, but he's got to say a bit more.
Well, I absolutely agree with everything that's being said there, but you know what? He's one of those guys who does his talking in the ring.
And he does do it.
And he's got the most perfect record in boxing. 20 fights, 20 knockouts. You know, he's something extra special, in with another extra special fighter. And we all know these guys backwards in the UK because they've beaten our best.
I'm about to say that, right? You're right.
Between
Callum
them,
Johnson,
they beat our
Callum
best
Smith.
fighters between them. So you've got something extra special. You know, Eddie's done a brilliant job with Bivol, bringing him through as a top rank as well with Beterbiev. But I just think you've got a very extra special fight there. 4 belts on the line. And I was watching, I'm a bit of a neutral watching it, so I'm watching the two guys in the face-off. And I've got to tell you something, if we hadn't said stop, they'd still be doing it. And if you come back tomorrow morning, they'd still be on the stage, you know, not blinking and not moving. It's, you know, this is going to be something extra.
It was actually spicier than I thought in that respect.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when Beterbiev said to Bivol, he knows. It just sparked a little bit of aggravation, I think, in Bivol. And the head-to-head was interesting, deep in the souls of that one.
I just wonder if Beterbiev, they were in the same Russian amateur team. Beterbiev was a senior, Bivol was a junior. And I wonder if he still looks at him like that. Like, I'm the senior man around here, you're the junior guy.
Well,
maybe.
He may in his way think that, but I mean, what's he, 39, the other one's 32, 33?
33, I think.
33.
Bivol, yeah,
that's a big age gap, especially as a young man, and he'll obviously respect him. But, having said that, he's done everything that you can do as a fighter.
He certainly has.
And I'm sure, deep down, there'll be a lot of respect also from Beterbiev to Bivol.
All right, anyway, enough of the niceties. We're here for 5 versus 5. The announcement, it's all going to come up on the screen behind us very, very shortly. You guys have done your 5 versus 5. The world's media have been rumoured and circulating about who the 5 versus 5 is. Are you both very happy with your 5 choices? No names yet, but are you happy, Eddie, with your 5?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, they are all 50-50 fights. I mean, you could argue 60-40, I'm sure the
in which way?
The
Matchroom, Queensberry?
No, for our respective teams.
Okay. Yeah.
But every fight, and that is why this card is so special. I mean, you've got Beterbiev, Bivol at the top, and then you've got 5 pure 50-50 fights. I mean, 2 thrilling heavyweight fights, a world championship fight, a big domestic fight, you know, an England versus America. I mean, it's just, you know, we were debating it. I fancy our guys, he fancies his guys. You know, it's going to be... I think they should strap us up with a heart monitor on the night.
Yeah.
Because one of us could go over. You know?
Frank, happy with your 5?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we picked him for. Look, every fighter we picked, we picked them because we think they will win. Because, you know, Eddie don't want to lose, I don't want to lose, and none of the fighters want to lose. But I do think we've got a very, very strong team. He's got some really good fighters as well on his team, but I generally think that we're going to...
What I want, I don't want a clean sweep. I want a tie break. I want it to almost be 2 apiece and then the final fight be the one.
We said earlier that we think all 5 fights could end inside the distance. Yeah. We really do, you know. And, you know, I was actually looking at the lineup. There's a real good feeling amongst the team where they want to win.
Yeah.
You know, I went over Regent's Park this morning at 8:30 to run with one of our fighters who's in the 5v5. That's how much we're put. I'm saying, get out of bed, get training. We can't lose this. And they're loving it, Addy, as well. They've been, wait till you see the promo that drops later. I mean, if me and Frank don't get a Hollywood part after this, we're giving up for good. You know?
Yeah, a bit of an Emmy or BAFTA nomination.
And I was just coming back from Regent's Park, having done my bit. Hey! We're up early, the early birds. Yeah, we're on the early birds. No, look, this has got excitement all over it. It's competitive. The fighters, you know, they're all up for it. Both teams really want this because they're representing themselves and their respective promotional companies. So this is, you know, I can't think of anything like this one. You say the main event is a marvellous fight, and then you've got this going on underneath it.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to know what the 5 versus 5 is. Don't text me, don't message me, I'm not letting you know. It's very much world level. Would you continue to do something like this at British and European level back then?
We were just saying with Buncey, 5v5 could have been 10v10, easy. Yeah. You know, on so many more levels, not just domestic level, but world level as well, world championship fights, and I'm sure it will continue to evolve. It's really grabbed the imagination of the fight fans with the picks and the weight classes, and there's still a lot for the concept to evolve. But you will see on the night, it's just brilliant. And like I say, the fighters have really embraced the format as well. They want to win for their respective teams. You know, always with these incredible Saudi Arabia events, the promotion, the promos, the documentaries, it's massive for these guys, it really is.
You both have big stables. You must have upset a lot of fighters who didn't get the cut.
Well, it was determined by the weights to start with, and we made our choices, and they are what they are, and we stick by them, but there's going to be other opportunities. I mean, like Eddie's going to want the rematch anyway after we beat
the rematch.
So there's going to be plenty of opportunities to do this.
There certainly will be. No time to respond to that, Eddie, because big fight this weekend from the Barclays Centre is Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Here's a quick reminder of what you can expect.
We had great fights with amateurs, no doubt. We need to fight. Hey, we're good fighters. Let's fight.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 20th, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
These two have been going back and forth since the amateur days.
2 generational talents, the world at their feet.
Let's make the fight happen now.
This one is going to be a grudge match.
Set to ignite. Devin the Dream Haney, living the dream. Multiple world champion, undefeated.
I am the man. It's time for me to show the world how great I really am.
Ryan Garcia, lightning fast, explosive, unmissable, going all in.
This is the year I shocked the world.
A world championship is on the line, but only one can wear the crown.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation. I'm telling you, it's special.
This one ounce. Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 20th.
You want a real fight? You can fight me.
It isn't just about the fight on Saturday anymore. With these big, big events, now it's about the week. Media workout on Wednesday, Gleason's gym. That one, I will be there for that. I'm hopping on to my private jet, and I'll be in New York very, very soon. Press conference on Thursday, then weigh-ins. Fingers crossed, both make weight. No problems on Fridays. Then, as you guys know, showtime on Saturday. Good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight. Good that one, isn't it? Good
really
fight.
good fight.
Don't talk to him.
No, yeah.
Don't talk to him.
Oh, come on, guys.
We've got
We're a team. Come on.
We're not going.
Come on, we're a team.
It's
a good fight, though, isn't it? Just
Yeah,
because,
really good fight.
I guess the question marks about it is, where's Ryan? I think we know where Devon's going to be. I think we all know how good Devon can be. That's the case of, will Ryan turn up?
Was all this a ploy for Haney to take his foot off the gas? I don't know.
You're very conspiracy theorist.
Well, a little bit.
I see what's going
I was
on.
hanging around with Barry.
Is that what it is?
Rubs
Yeah?
off.
Is that what it
I don't know
is?
what's going on here, but either way, it's a lot of energy to waste. I don't think it'll have any effect. I think, if anything, I got a feeling that Devin Haney this week will get in the head of Ryan Garcia.
You know, Devin Haney, I just want to give him his plaudits here because I don't think he gets enough. Devin Haney's 25. He's had 31 fights already, which in today's boxing world is quite a lot. And you look at the people that he's fought. Abdulayev, when Abdulayev was unbeaten, Gamboa, Regis Prograis, Jorge Linares, Vasily Lomachenko, Kambosos, Ryan Garcia. That's solid. That's really solid.
And he's done it, he's done it all by doing the things correct way. You know, he went to Mexico to learn his trade, for instance. You know, he's done it from the small hole, so that's why you appreciate him, and that's why he won't take his foot off the gas. He won't take his eye off the prize, because he's done it the right way, the proper apprenticeship way, and also he does everything correct.
All right, all the build-up, as I say, to Haney versus Garcia fight week. Kate Abdo's in the building, by the way. She's actually behind. Can you see Kate? Can you see there again, interview? She's obviously part of fight week as well. Fantastic to have Kate on board. All right, 5 versus 5. The announcement is coming very, very soon. I can see Josh Denzel getting ready. This is it. This is it. We're going to find out who the 5 versus 5 is.
Cannot wait.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I'm
hearing they're going to come out with masks. I think this is true. Is this true? I'm hearing that they come out in masks, and then it's going to be a case of unveiling.
There you go.
Head to take on
There's going
tomorrow.
to be a case of them unveiling themselves live TV, ladies and gentlemen. But it is exciting, isn't it? This is what we want. Boxing needs exciting things to happen.
And I love the weights that have been chosen here.
Yeah.
That's why, again, for me, it is very exciting. You know, the two heavyweights. Who are they going to be? Who are they going to be? I mean, look, it's the marquee division in world boxing. The way that the heavyweight division is playing out at the minute, there's so much up for grabs here. You know, I'm intrigued by those two fights. There is so much here. And then you just hearing of Frank and Eddie there as well. They do not want to lose this. You know, there's been the back and forth before. There is now a friendship. The respect's always been there, but they don't want to lose this. Imagine.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if Eddie beats Frank?
Yeah.
He's never going to hear the end of it.
No.
Frank,
I mean, Eddie will do podcasts about it forever. He'll have a T-shirts made, and I mean, ones that he fires off in the Matchroom shows. Eddie beat Frank. No.
I think either one will get a plane over the other one's house with a banner. Beat you, sucker.
Something. But look, in terms of sort of excitement for the division, I mean, again, look, what we've seen in Saudi Arabia has been unprecedented in terms of depth of cards, right? I mean, incredible cards. But this is almost something different, isn't it? Because you didn't need to do this. I mean, you look what behind Beterbiev versus Bivol didn't require this type of undercard because it's such a special fight anyway. But now you got this.
Yeah.
But you can make fights, and then people can pull out for whatever reason. But in this thing, they weren't making fights. You were just saying this is the weight, and then almost fighters had to bid to their promoter to get on the bill. I mean, that's the difference. The fighters have to beg to get on the bill. I think it's a different scenario there.
Yeah, no, agreed. We just showed you a bit of Haney Garcia. Obviously, look, fantastic fight. There's been so much going on behind the scenes in that fight, in making that fight between Devon, between Ryan. Here's 40 days for a snippet of just the explosiveness of Ryan versus Devon.
This, all of this,
is a story that winds and twists, heightens and builds, and pits the savant against the showman, right back where they started, opposite each other, inside the square circle, as their rivalry looped closest on April 20th.
Me and Devin, we had a long history in the amateurs. We've been fighting since we were 7, 8 years old. This time it's for the WBC Championship title bout. Everything's on the line for this one, for sure.
Consider this bout different in every conceivable way. Different for the familiarity in play. The 6 previous meetings, all in the amateurs, this duel currently split at 3 wins apiece.
Ryan, he was my biggest rival in the amateurs. It was only a matter of time.
Different also in styles, featuring Devin the Dream Haney, the most technically proficient boxer on earth, and Ryan Garcia, king of quickness. That savage left hook forever aimed at suspect chins.
He can take an ass whooping, but can he take an ass whooping with 8-ounce gloves? We'll see if he can weather the storm.
It's boxing's Game 7. Stakes higher, more visceral, dizzying.
That's what all this is about. Number 7, the one that matters, the one that's for all the marbles.
That's the story of 2 paths that shaped the other, 2 rivals, and what they charted since diverting.
We were on a collision course since birth, it felt like.
Despite the contrast, both men want the same thing: to win this fisticuffs Game 7 and take control of one of boxing's most stacked divisions.
I don't care about Ryan. I care about greatness. Ryan is just in my way. He's just a guy that I gotta step on.
Which leads to one final difference. In the case of the savant versus the showman, both might want the same thing, but doing it is another thing entirely.
By the way, all 3 episodes of that are right now available on platform. You can watch it as well on YouTube. That's 40 Days. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. I've watched all 3 episodes. Fantastic. Honestly, really is good to get an insight as to what both camps are like. I think those kind of things are so important. Because if you're a fight fan, you just don't know, do you?
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you almost want to see a lot of what goes on behind the scenes.
Look, we see a lot of the insight. We see a lot of what goes on. We're lucky to be in this world, but if you're at home and you get to sort of, you get to see what a camp's like at that level, what it means to each fighter, what they're going through, and yeah, it's a brilliant watch. Just quickly, you named who Haney had fought. I think Haney's that good that he's going to look unbelievable on Saturday. I think he's going to win this in spectacular fashion.
Well, so do you think he's, and it's a very deep division, so be careful with your answer, but do you think he's the best 140-pounder then? I mean, bear in mind, Matthias...
Again, similar to when we said about
Lopez
pound for
is there. There's
pound.
quite a lot in that division.
Yeah, he's that good, though. Like, for what Barry said, the reasons he does everything so well. He doesn't offer many mistakes. He's punch perfect.
Is he elite at anything? So
Yeah.
is he 10 out of 10?
Yes.
What?
Yes. His patience is
Okay,
if that's
fair.
what it is, patient, and his jab is superb because he's
Speed.
aggressive with it. He steps back with it. His judgment of the distance, those things that he controls the space between you and your opponent, which is the most important space. He controls that superbly. We've seen it against Kambosos. He couldn't do it against Lomachenko, but Lomachenko's an all-time great talent. But against everyone else, he's been able to control that. Against Regis Prograis, he turned into the puncher because he controlled that space. Him and Teofimo Lopez, they need to fight each other to find out who's the best at that division.
That's the one, isn't it?
That's the one.
That's the one. And those guys have done the face-to-face. They've done it before. They were supposed to meet at 135 pounds. Didn't happen. Could they meet at 140? But obviously Devin Haney has work to do to take some Ryan Garcia this Saturday. And it is live on DAZN. You probably just heard Dev behind me there tell everyone to take their seats because we are that close from this 5 versus 5. Josh Denzel getting his lungs tested on the mic as well. This is it, isn't it?
This is it.
This is it.
I'm desperate to find out who the fighters are. We're going to find out.
I think we are going to find out. I think this is it, you know. We are.
Hello and
Right,
welcome
let's throw it over
to a
Josh
Riyadh
Denzel.
season original. This is a never been seen before concept. 5v5, Matchroom against Queensberry, Frank against Eddie. And let me tell you, I can't wait. Now we would, at this time, like to thank our host and those that have made this groundbreaking event possible. The custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, His Excellency, Turki Al Sheikh. Why are we here? This is a rivalry that runs deep. It spans generations, passed down from father to son, a rivalry born even before their foray into boxing. In the early 1970s, Frank and Eddie Hearn's father, Barry, butted heads in business, delivering pool tables and machines into pubs across the capital, and it only got bigger from there. From there, with the help of their sons, of course, Eddie, grew into the biggest and most recognizable boxing promotional outfits this country has ever seen. With Matchroom Boxing, Queensberry promoting some of the biggest fighters throughout their careers, biggest names in the sport, such as Nigel Benn, Ricky Hatton, Prince Nassim Hamed, Canelo, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua, just to name a few. This rivalry no doubtably grew and grew and grew, and potentially can be settled when they pit their best, all thanks to the visionary ideas of His Excellency, Turki Al Sheikh. Now, before we get into it, I want to break down some of the rules of this 5v5 because we have a bespoke set. Now, both Frank and Eddie had the chance to pick 2 weight divisions each for their fighters to be contested in. And the final weight category was picked by His Excellency, Turki Al Sheikh. Now, we're going to find out very, very soon who will be representing Team Matchroom and Team Queensberry. Now, the rules are a little bit different here. We're going to get 1 point for a decision win. We're going to get 2 points for a ref stoppage or TKO. A draw is no points. And as a kicker, both captains' scores will be doubled, and Eddie and Frank are going to pick their captains, so it's better to go for broke. Now I've done enough speaking. I think it's time to hand over to our MC for the day, Dev Sani, to introduce some of these fighters.
Okay, if the fighters can please come and take their seats. You're going to enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen. There's something very special about what we're about to see. Never been seen before. The fighters will now come up here and take their seats.
It's a Riyadh season original, and original is definitely the word that comes to mind. This could be a movie. Now I think it's time, Dev, to bring in the 2 men, their head honchos. Why this fight is happening. You can see them behind me. I think it's time we bring them in, right?
I agree, Josh. I think it's time. It is now time to welcome to the stage the man with perhaps the loudest mouth in boxing. You may recognise him from the front cover of Men's Health magazine or from the 400 YouTube interviews a day. Proudly representing Brentwood, Essex, please welcome the chairman of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
You're looking very smug, Eddie. Confident.
All right, now let's welcome to the stage the Hall of Fame boxing promoter who has spent over 40 years promoting the biggest stars and fight nights in the UK. You may know him for his no-nonsense approach, and he may have even asked you to do him a favour. Proudly representing Islington, London, please welcome the chairman of Queensberry Promotions, Mr. Frank Warren.
The governor's in town. I've got to say, boys, you both look very confident. I've never seen so much tea from both of you.
Well, You've got to believe in what you're doing, and we believe in what we're doing with our team. We've got the team here. All will be revealed soon.
There we go. Listen, I started off and I briefly touched on this rivalry and how long it's been going on, the fact that it stretches through generations. But I think who better to ask than you two? Eddie, I'm going to start with you. Where did it start?
Well, I mean, many decades ago. You know, you were talking about fruit machines and billiard halls. I mean, even before they were recognised names, there was almost a rivalry. Even growing up as a kid, 9, 10, 11 years old, I'd hear the name in the house. Wasn't always the most pleasant conversation, but they were on the phone arguing and they were rivals. And I think the rivalry has been great for British boxing. You know, it's enabled the sport to grow. And, you know, Frank, same as my old man, same as me, we like to win. Yeah. And we don't like anyone else to win. And, you know, it is actually quite remarkable as we talk every week and we meet multiple times with His Excellency, that it has actually taken this long for us to work together, or even to speak. I mean, you're talking about 13 or 14 years where we never spoke. And it's not good for the sport of boxing. The rivalry's good, the competition's good, but now we take it to another level with events like this. And, you know, people talk about coming together for financial gain. Of course, we're running a business. But we come together because of the vision of His Excellency, who basically slapped us both round the ear and said, what on earth are you doing? Because he couldn't quite understand why you wouldn't want to make the biggest fights. Why wouldn't the two biggest promoters in the world want to work together and give fans the matchup? Now we've got the rivalry, the team concept. I mean, I went backstage, I bumped into this lot. They were going to lynch me. I mean, this is serious. We have to win. And although we're friends now, we're not really. I want to absolutely destroy Queensberry on June the 1st, as I said. And we will be there on the night, you know, beating our chests, willing our guys on. And these are massive fights for our guys. You've got world championships, you've got huge heavyweight dust-ups, you've got big domestic fights, you've got career-defining and ending fights. And one thing that I know that we do share in common is we love our fighters, and we want them to win desperately. And this fight I've got here, I'm very confident we'll do the business in Riyadh.
Fighting words early on in the presser. Frank, was it the same for you? Was the Hearn name, he shall not be named? Or was it always that deep?
We were partners for a while. We did a breakaway snooker thing, Barry and myself, many, many years ago. And so very briefly we were partners. And we did actually speak quite a few times over the 14 years, I've got to be honest. Those calls you were getting in the middle of the night, they were from me. No, this is, you know, there is a natural rivalry, we get that. We both love the sport, we both want to win, because we're, as Eddie says, we're competitive. We both feel for our fighters. We pick the weights and the teams that we feel will make sure that will happen. And through His Excellency, you know, so much has happened since October, since that first fight in October with Tyson and Ngannou. And I said it would be a game changer, and I underestimated that. It's been a double game changer. It's been nothing like this. And this is a Riyadh season original on the 1st of June. This is something, you know, things like this, well, I can't even remember anything like this ever happening in boxing. So I think this will be the first of, hopefully be the first of many of these encounters. And I mean, and I'm sure Eddie will want another one, you know, for a rematch to try and get his own back after we wipe the floor with him. But this is going to be something special. It's going to be a fabulous night's boxing on a card that has 4 belts on the line. 4 belts on the line, 2 undefeated fighters that we just spoke about in the previous contest. And this, I mean, don't get any better. You're a fight fan. You're in fight heaven. This is something that, you know, people will talk about in years to come. And we want to win it. Eddie's team want to win it. His fighters want to win it. We want to win it. We're all competitive. Everyone's competitive. You know why? Because it's called the fight game. There's winners and losers. And we are not and don't want to be the losers. Everything's on the line here. So June 1st, watch it, because you're going to see something extra special.
Frank, it didn't feel that long ago, Eddie, that we were on this very stage and we were talking about a completely different fight, and then His Excellency had a visionary idea of putting you two against each other, head-to-head, picking your best, almost like schoolyard rules. Did you ever believe that it would actually happen?
Once His Excellency said it was going to happen, it was going to happen. Because everything he says he wants to do with his vision and paves the way for us to go out and then make it happen. But yeah, he says it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it will happen.
What would it mean for you to win this, Eddie?
It's only winning. I mean, everything else. I mean, people talk about taking part. Couldn't be more irrelevant. Winning. It's the only thing that matters in sport, in life. And as Frank said, this is the fight game, the greatest sport in the world. And you know, we're all very lucky to be working in a period now where these events are happening, and these fighters as well. You know, we want to thank, of course, Sella and His Excellency and the team who not just make the fights happen, make the event happen, make the promo happen. I think shortly you will see one of the best promos I've ever seen. These five have already been out to Bulgaria on a Hollywood film set, having an experience of a lifetime. And this is what it is. It's big-time boxing. It's putting boxing on the map with the major sports in the world. The purest, most beautiful, greatest sport of all is professional boxing. And now it's getting the attention it deserves, and the fans are getting the big fights and the big nights they've craved for a long time.
Frank, would you echo Eddie's sentiments there?
Every word of it. See, we agree. Every word of it. I mean, this is, you know, this, for me, I've been doing this now for 47 years, and I can't tell you how it makes you feel to be involved in this. It's like life-changing, and it's just so brilliant. And it's getting bigger and bigger. It's like this snowball coming down the hill. It's rolling down, and it's unstoppable. And event after event after event gets bigger and bigger and better. And here we are now, hopefully the first of our rivalry. And who knows, we may join ourselves together and fight somebody from the States or another part of the world. Who knows how we do this, but this is magnificent for boxing. It's magnificent for the fans. They're getting what they want. Evenly matched fights, unifications. I mean, it's all happening. It's all happening in Riyadh. It's all part of the Riyadh season, and it's just been so phenomenal and game-changing. And I'm going to repeat myself, I underestimated that in a big way. This has changed everything about boxing.
There we go. Now, this is where we're all here for. Dev, I think it's time that we find out who exactly is behind these masks.
I think it's time, Josh. Well, Frank Warren has picked the heavyweight division. Would Frank Warren's heavyweight pick please take off their mask?
Whoa, dangerous stand.
Well, here's a native of Greenwich, London, England. He has an outstanding record of 20 wins, only 2 defeats, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former British, Commonwealth and WBA regular heavyweight champion, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois. OK, well, we've got Daniel Dubois in one corner. Will the Matchroom heavyweight pick please remove his mask? He is a native of Zagreb, Croatia. He is unbeaten with a record of 17 wins and no defeats, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Olympic bronze medalist and IBF mandatory challenger, Filip El Animal Hrgović.
What a fight, eh? That is a great heavyweight fight. What a fight.
I think actually I've become a little bit of a fan of a few Queensberry fighters, being part of these shows. Nick Ball, one of them, robbed last time out to become world champion.
We haven't announced Nick Ball yet.
Oh, my God. No, I'm saying I'm just a fan of him. I don't know what you're going on about. I don't know why you had to say that. But in terms of Daniel Dubois, a real character and a great fighter. However, this man we've been working with for a number of years now, and in my opinion, this is an elite heavyweight in Filip Hrgović, a guy who is on the verge of becoming world champion. We'll see what happens with the belts. We know there's a potential carrot for the winner of this fight in a massive fight, whoever that may be. But what a heavyweight matchup, Filip Hrgović against Daniel Dubois. Great matchup, and of course, 1-0 to Matchroom.
Well, Eddie Hearn has picked the featherweight. Eddie Hearn has picked the featherweight division. There is no guarantee it's anyone that's already been named. Will the Matchroom featherweight please now take their mask off?
Whoa.
Here's a native of Camden, New Jersey, USA, an outstanding record of 15 wins, no defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the reigning, defending WBA World Featherweight Champion, Raymond Savage Ford. And now it's time for the Queensberry featherweight to remove his mask again. We don't know who it is. Please remove your mask.
Oh.
Well, here's a native of Liverpool, England, an outstanding record of 19 wins, no defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former WBC Silver featherweight champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball. Okay, let's continue now. Promoter Frank Warren has picked the middleweight division. Will the Queensberry middleweight please remove their mask?
Whoa.
Here's a native of Ilford, London, England, unbeaten with a record of 19 wins and no defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the reigning Commonwealth and WBC Silver middleweight champion, Hamza Shiraz! Okay, it's now time for his opponent on June 1st. We asked the Matchroom middleweight to please remove your mask. Well, here's a native of Houston, Texas, USA, unbeaten with a record of 16 wins, no defeats. Introducing the former standout amateur sensation and reigning IBF North American middleweight champion, Austin Ammo Williams. Okay, well, promoter Eddie Hearn has selected the light heavyweight division. Will the Matchroom light heavyweight please remove your mask? He's a native of Crystal Palace, London, England, an outstanding record of 18 wins, 3 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Craig Spider Richards. Well, let's meet his June 1st opponent. Will the Queensberry light heavyweight please remove your mask? Here's a native of Carstairs, Scotland, an outstanding record of 17 wins with only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former world amateur champion, Willie the Hutch Train Hutchinson. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the final pick, His Excellency has chosen for there to be another fight in the marquee division of boxing in the heavyweight division. Will the Queensberry pick please remove your mask? Well, here's a native of Xinjiang, China, now fighting out of Bloomfield, New Jersey, USA. A record of 26 wins, 2 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gillet Big Bang Zhang. Okay, the final pick will now be unveiled. Will the Matchroom heavyweight pick please remove your mask?
No!
He is a native of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, USA. He brings to the stage an incredible record, 43 wins, only 3 defeats and 1 draw, with an incredible 42 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former long-reigning WBC World Heavyweight Champion, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder!
Eddie, I've got to start with you. I didn't see that one coming. Can we talk about Deontay Wilder? I think in football, that's what we call a super sub.
Super sub, indeed. His Excellency said for the wild card pick, we could find the best fighter we could. I looked at the heavyweights available. I think this man has long been one of the most dangerous punchers in the division. Coming off a defeat, I think he's going to come back more dangerous than ever. And, you know, when we spoke to Shelley and the team and Deontay, this was the obvious pick to make. Deontay Wilder against Zhilei Zhang is a massive, massive heavyweight fight between 2 punchers. And we'll see what the future holds, but for one night only, we work together, and I believe this man's going to make a real statement and get back on the heavyweight scene and produce an epic performance in Riyadh.
Well, if you're going to bring in a ringer, that's one way to do it, Eddie. Now, Frank, now you've seen the boys up close and personal on the same stage. You confident?
Yeah, look, I'm a fan of all the guys. They're a good. He's got a very, very good and strong team now. But we got belief in our guys, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. This is going to be spectacular. There's so much at stake, and I know that Deontay, for example, looking at him, he knows how important this fight is to him. His career's on the line, and it's the same with Zhilei. This fight is a big, big match for them. The winner of this goes back to the top table. So everything's on the line. That's the competition. That's how competitive that fight's going to be.
Listen, before we get into the nuts and bolts of this, I'm going to come to each a quick word of how they feel about their matchup. Daniel, I'm going to start with you. You feeling confident? You look over there to the far side. Filip Hrgović, it's a big fight.
Very, very confident, you know, working hard, and I'm just ready to prove, you know. We had a spar a while back, and he keeps talking about that, so I'm going to just show him that people change, and, you know, I'm a different animal now.
Fighting words. Philip, how do you respond to that?
I hope so he changed, because if he didn't change it would last few rounds only. So I hope so he changed, man. That sparring wasn't good for him, so I hope so you changed. And
we can save those fighting words for when we really go hammer and tong. It's a bit later on in the day. Craig, good to see you. You know who you're up against.
Yeah, good seeing you lot today. Obviously, thank God, thank Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, Frank Smith and His Excellency for putting me on this show. I'm excited and can't wait.
Nick.
What's going on?
Hello, lad. Good to see you again. You happy with your music this time?
Yeah, better winning.
Listen, last time out, it was very, very close. You're up against another dangerous opponent. Confident you're going to get points on the board for Team Queensberry?
Yeah, always confident. It's another massive opportunity for me, thanks to His Excellency and Frank for getting me the opportunity. So, looking forward to the fight now, yeah.
Right. How would you respond?
5-0. That's all I can say. I'm going for the knockout, though.
Nice and easy. Ammo Williams, the next US star, they're saying, in Eddie Hearn's stable. Now you're in the UK. We're going to be fighting in Saudi. How you feeling? The glasses are saying you're a superstar. You got to win with them on.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. First, I just want to give thanks to everybody involved. This event is massive. It's massive, and I just want to say thank you to everybody involved in making it happen. I'm so ready to showcase my skill. I'm so ready to showcase all the investment, all the fights, everything that we've done together, me and Eddie Hearn, and it will shine through in Saudi Arabia, June 1st. Don't miss it.
Hamza, I seem to see you at every fight. You're a busy man, always looking suave.
Yep. Yeah, no, first of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah for allowing me to be here today. I'd like to thank His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh for making it happen. like to thank Ricky, my team, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready. June the 1st. It's going to be a Queensberry win for sure.
Willie, you can just about see Craig down there. How are you feeling?
I can't see him.
We'll take a step back. Willie, mate, you can look in his eyes.
Hello.
What's going on? You good?
Good.
Hey,
Very good.
Perfect. You look confident. Every fight, every interview I see, you're buzzing. And still that confidence today?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Obviously, thank you very much for the Sheikh, for giving me, and Frank and everyone, giving me the opportunity to be here. And I'm as confident as confidence is through the roof. I'm looking forward to getting in the ring with this fella and having a good time and enjoying myself. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in the ring now. I don't know if it was a good idea you giving me this mic, you know.
I know. Listen, we've only got a short amount of time. We've got some stuff to show you.
I would stay for 2 hours if we
Listen, you get your opportunity. Don't worry, I'll come back to you a little bit later. But now, before we speak to the two giants here on the stage, I got a sneak peek of it yesterday, and I'm telling you, the acting skills are incredible. You will not see promo like this ever. The levels keep on rising. Enough talking from me. I think we run the promo.
Gentlemen, you know my rules. We'll have no around and absolutely no funny business. We're going to wait our turn and maintain our manners at all times, or this game's over before it's even begun. Frank, let's have you do the honours. Age before beauty, Eddie. Let's get some fights made. I haven't got all night.
Chop, chop, Frankie. Off you go.
Chop, chop indeed. That's a cleaver swinging, and there's a killer behind it. He's enjoying his first Friday as a butcher. When two guys come in to collect, as they always do, where's our money, they demand from his boss. Our butcher here doesn't take too kindly to the noise. He calmly asks, "Can I help you?" Before they can respond, crash. Bang. And a wallop. They wake up on the pavement the next morning. Nice sausages, though.
Cute. What a lovely bedtime story. Flip it, sweetheart.
Put your mouth.
The jeweller. This kid's a proper diamond. Rocks, chains, watches. Knock, knock. Who's there? 3 blokes come crashing through the door. Lost Property's closed on a Monday, boys. He's smart, but some people just can't take no for an answer. I don't think this is yours, they say. The front man throws a punch. My man slips it. Bang! He pops the next man's nose like a bloody balloon. You've broken my nose. He goes, bang! And it's outside, and a quick way down for the challenger.
Let's see what you're packing, Eddie.
Picture this. You got yourself into one of the most dangerous man's houses in the East End. You're browsing his gallery for your nan's next wall piece.
Looked after his nan. Ah.
When you come face to face with a colourful character himself and his lovely sawn-off shotgun, you slip the first shot, leaving with a shiner to remember you by. That's another one for his nan's collection.
They say if you love what you do, you'll never have to work another day in your life. He's never had a CV. Just a fist. So he got a job as a doorman. And like the saying goes, if you can't take the heat, then why are you even in the kitchen?
Talking about kitchens, this man is a cook. And he doesn't take customer feedback too well either. That's not the way I like it. Get back in there and make me another, the customer says. Wallop. Now, that's one way to enjoy a haggis.
It's the ones that work in the shadows are the ones you want to look out for. He shouts at my lad, "Get over here and clean this blood off the canvas." My lad stepped inside the ring. "Where's your mop?" He said he'd clean the floor with him. Night-night.
I can always respect a man that takes out the rubbish.
This lot in the same room's going to be trouble. Come on, then.
This man's an artist. My lad's a perfectionist, a visionary, fists like cast iron. His boss comes over. "What's taking you so long?" "I'm thinking," he says. Next minute, it's bang.
Now, houses aren't this man's forte. He liked fixing cars and breaking jaws. If you happen to find your way into this man's garage looking for trouble, saying things like, should I trash the place? Should I burn the place? You're generally leaving toothless, I'm afraid.
Last two cards, gents.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear tyres and ride double-deckers. So when someone disrupts his peaceful commute, crash, his head through the window.
This man's been behind the wheel all day. What does he see? Some nabbing some old girl's handbag. He hammers his foot to the pedal. He steps out of the taxi to finish the job right there on the pavement. She even tipped him a fiver.
June the 1st, make sure you'll mob her there.
Troops assembled.
Shake hands, boys. Let's have a fair fight.
Credits if you, but listen, if you do another one of them, I'm serious, it could be a career.
That was just an incredible experience. We were filming for about 6 hours on that table. And as I said, all of these fighters flew out to Bulgaria for a couple of days. And I just want to, you know, I know we're all forever thanking His Excellency, but thank you not just for making the fights, but the vision for boxing and allowing these fighters to express themselves and showcase their personality and their stories. And I know every one of these guys absolutely loved it. And it's how you spin a narrative. It's how you tell a story that gets people excited. And that was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I thought Frank was very good. I was sensational, but, you know.
It never stops. A career change for any of you boys on this table? Slightly easier acting than doing what you're doing.
They're not going to give up their day jobs.
Now, His Excellency surprised us with a pick at heavyweight, so I think it's time we hear from the fighters from the weight division that he chose. Deontay, the super sub. In England, we might call you a ringer, which means when you get a player who doesn't usually play for you that's very good. How are you feeling being up here?
I feel good. Man, it's a blessing just to be back in the scenes of everything. I'd like to thank Frank, Warren, Queensberry, Eddie Hearns, Matchroom promotion. Nobody ever thought with me and old Eddie would be working together. So this is an ultimate surprise right here. And like Eddie said to Frank, you know, it's a shame that we can't work together in the business of boxing. This is what it's all about. The best fighting the best promoters going against the best promoters, to putting fighters together. And I love the scenery. I love how Your Excellency, you know, Turkey come in and his staff, and they rearrange and change the way boxing is promoted and done. And I'm looking for that acting career after. Yeah. You don't have to get hit. But, you know, I'm looking forward to the fight. Zane, I respect Zane. He's a good fighter, and I respect him for that. But it's my time, you know. I've been through a lot, you understand me? And I've had to regroup. I've had to get myself together. And things just don't change overnight. Things don't change for the next fight or so. You have to keep working. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep working. You have to keep pushing, keep working, keep pushing until you get what you want. And I'm at this point in time where I'm narrowing it down. And come the night of the fight, we'll see if I got it or not. This fight, I'm holding it as my last stance, my last chance, you know, and that's what I'm taking it accordingly as, you know. And I'm just ready to do what I'm known to do. You understand? To be the wilder that I am. You know, I lost my love and the passion for this business. I lost my hunger for so many different reasons, you know. But now I'm in an opportunity where I'm dealing with people that love the craziness, that love the wildness of Wilder, the love that Wilder that say he want a body on his record, Wilder. And it's amazing to be around people that appreciate what they see in front of them. It's amazing to be, you know, tied into people that love what we do. People don't understand what we do and how we have to do it and get to that point. This is not an easy task that we do. Boxing is strictly a business. It's not a sport for me. I always say the business of boxing, and that's what it is accordingly. We risk our lives for you guys' entertainment, and here I am again. I'm not playing around this time. I have nothing to lose. I feel like I've lost a lot of things in my life, even some of the closest people in my life. So I don't feel like I have nothing else to lose, but only to gain. And this fight, we're going to tell, we're going to see. It's enough of the talking. I even told my team, I don't want to hear how good I look, I am, this and this. I'm not going to even be posting too much this time around because I mean business. I can feel the desire and the sensation in my heart again. That hunger, that monster, that beast is coming back. The pain that I've endured over these last years, it's going to be, you will see what I'm talking about comes the night of the fight. So good luck to all, and to all a good night.
Strong words there from Deontay. You can see it means a lot. And the man that's going to be on the other end of that pain that Deontay is channeling is Zhilei Zhang. Zhang, you're representing, you're His Excellency's pick. You're representing Team Queensberry. You're up against one of the most destructive punchers in the division. You are one of the most destructive punchers in the division. You're looking to end this one early.
在经历过这一番陈词之后啊，你觉得在比赛的当天，你有机会提前终结这个比赛吗？
首先再次来到伦敦，感谢 His Excellency， 感谢 Queensberry， 感谢沃伦，再一次让我站到世界顶级的舞台上面。博尔德是一个重炮手，实力非常强悍。 但是我要小心，非常小心。然后，但是我也是一个技术型的重炮手。如果我看到机会，我手下不会手软。
First of all, it's a pleasure for me to be in London again. Thank you to His Excellency. Thank you to Frank Warren for making this happen. Wilder across the table, he's the heaviest puncher in boxing. It's very dangerous. I have to be really careful, really cautious. But when the opportunity shows itself, I'm not going to hold back.
There we go. Strong words. Prediction, you're going to get that win. It's going to be a knockout. Guys, I think that is all we got time for. You'll hear from these fighters in the build-up to this huge event. I could stand up here and talk to you guys all day. Feels like we're just getting started. But it's only right now that we stand and we get some photos. Team v team, Frank and Eddie, Queensberry against Matchroom, 5v5. I can't wait. And I know the media are absolutely buzzing that we finally get to see who's representing each promotional outfit. Thank you very much. But guys, don't go too far because we do have a very special guest, which Dev Sani will let you know more about in just a moment after these photos.
Face off, individual face-offs, and then His Excellency's coming down to do a group picture.
Here we go. That was as exciting as it gets.
Epic.
Exciting as it gets. Honestly, like, with no confidence, can you pick winners there? You can't. It's just frightening.
No, just quickly though on that promo, how good was that?
Oh my lord!
Out of all the ones they've done, that's the best so far.
I can't wait to get out of here because there's no Wi-Fi in this building to go and watch it again as soon as I get outside. That was the best promo. If you are a Lock, Stock and Snatch fan, a fan of Guy Ritchie, that was that.
It was
amazing.
It was unbelievable. And you think they can't do any better, and all of a sudden they come up with that. That was literally, I wanted to sit down and get with popcorn. It was like a movie, wasn't it? It was unbelievable stuff. But these matchups are also unbelievable. They really are. And they are genuinely 50-50 fights. You might have a favourite in each fight, and I sort of do as well. But you can genuinely see where the other one could and maybe should win.
Yeah, I mean, what I love about Dubois in this one, Dan, is that obviously, look, he had a bad sparring situation with Hrgovic. He hasn't let that kind of affect his choice here. He's like, you know what, put me back in with him. I don't care if he beat me in sparring, let's go in the real thing.
Yeah, and I think he's managed his confidence on fight night, overcoming the defeats and looking very good last time against Miller. I think he's exercised some demons and he brings a lot of confidence into this, but Filip Hrgović is just a wrecking ball. He wants to destroy everyone in front of him, and he understands the importance of this fight to really push on and try and capture a world title.
Now, this one, Raymond Ford, the champion, versus Nick Ball. Obviously, Nick Ball, who challenged Ray Vargas for the WBC title. I thought won that fight, but the judges gave it to Ray Vargas. He gets another title shot against Ray Ford. This one is styles. You got the American slick style against the rampaging Ball that is Nick Ball.
This is two fighters on form at their peaks. I think Nick Ball should be a WBC champion here, but Ray Ford, to go with the beautiful skills that he's shown throughout his career, showed in his last fight by winning the title, an innate toughness to pull a fight out of the bag with that 12th round stoppage. So you've got either guy here that have shown pretty much everything what you need to be a champion. And this is a real hard fight to pick. It really is. You see Ford put on a masterclass. You can see Nick Ball just weighing him down, and getting him late.
And this is your weight division. I'm going to you on this one, your old division. This one, again, I haven't got a clue. Hamza Shiraz versus Emma Willie.
Look, of all of them, I may call this the real 50-50. I'm with Barry. They're all very, very close, but I struggle to pick the winner here. Shiraz has looked so good. Ammo in his last fight in Las Vegas looked brilliant. I think it's a career best performance.
Look at his
confidence from both of them are going to be so high.
I want to get on the stage.
Ironically, right, this is a fantastic fight. This might end up being, I think, Ball and Ford might be the best fight. This might be the next one to rival that. But I actually favour Shiraz. This is the one fight that I think Shiraz has looked fantastic.
Look at the face-off. This is one of those where they will stay there for minutes. Look at that. Shiraz always slick now, isn't it? I like it. He's almost changed his style, little shirt, a waistcoat.
He was brilliant in Poland. Yeah, he was in the last summer. He was absolutely fantastic.
How did he make 154 pounds? Hamza Shiraz, like, honestly. Craig Richards, Willie Hutchinson. Now this one, if you're Eddie, let's be brutally honest. Eddie's going to think, I've got my guy here. I've got my guy here. Willie Hutchinson, obviously, look, by the way, he's got the WBC International Light Heavyweight strap. But Craig Richards has fought at a higher level. Dmitry Bivol, Joshua Buatsi. Yes, he's got the feast, but he looks really good, so we know where he is.
Yeah, this is a big unknown, I think, for Willie Hutchinson, who's obviously a talent, and he's shown that. And he's recouped from his defeat, let's not forget that. But he hasn't boxed at the level that Craig Richards has competed at. Let's not forget, he took Dmitry Bivol right to the wire in the pandemic, of course. So, you know, and also just coming off a good, decent win himself. So this is a really good fight, but you have to say there is a favourite there in Craig Richards.
Yeah, indeed. I remember Eddie at the Liam Dillon, I remember it was Liam Dillon Bellotti fight. Eddie was saying he wanted it to be Yard versus Richards. That's what Eddie's dream. I know that's a tough one, isn't it? It is Hutchinson who's got an opportunity here, you never know. And now we have the Giants, the big boys. Former WBC champion Deontay Wilder looking to rebound from that loss to Joseph Parker. And Jili Zhang looking to rebound from that loss to Joseph Parker.
I spoke to Andy Lee on Saturday and I asked him what was Joe Parker's reaction to Zhang's power. And he said it's out of this world. He's never felt power like it. And you remember, he's been in the ring with Wilder as well. So this fight is a battle of two huge punchers. And they desperately, both of them need a win here to keep their careers on track, to push on towards those world title shots. This is a must-win. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic matchup. I mean, the fact that it is winners stay on, I mean, you could have, and look, this is me playing dream matchup here, if Wilder does win, I know AJ wants a dance partner in London in September, if Wilder gets the job done...
Mate, in all divisions, in the heavy division, only one good win from being back in the mix.
We told you about the point system, guys. Double bubble for your captain. So this, you have to be incredibly strategic. You're looking at your team, you've just seen them face off. I think now is the perfect time. You've seen them eye to eye, you've seen a glint and a glimmer of something. I'm going to come to you, Eddie, first. Who is going to be your captain? Who, if he scores a TKO, 2 points, a win, 1 point, ref's decision. So that's going to be double bubble. It's going to count for twice as much. Eddie, who is your captain going to be?
Yeah, I mean, this format, the captain's pick is very important because double the points, it could be the difference between winning and losing. We've got a fantastic team. I'm very proud of all of them. Today I looked them all in the eye and I looked into the souls and I wanted to make sure this guy who I pick as captain will bring absolutely everything. And the Matchroom captain for June the 1st is the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder, bomb squad, look at that. Looks regal. It looks like he can carry the weight of the captaincy on his shoulders. It's nothing new to him. Now, Frank, you've got the joy of going second. You've seen who this man has picked as captain, who he thinks is going to get double bubble against Zhang. Frank, who's your captain, the captain of Queensberry?
He's somebody I've got the utmost faith in. I've got faith in all the guys. He's been with me from day one. He's a phenomenal, phenomenal fighter. And I love watching him in the ring, and his last couple of performances, he's done everything you could ask him in absolute style. So, as you've guessed, the captain is Hamza Shiraz.
Hamza Shiraz, captain. His points are worth double bubble. The jeopardy is definitely here. Now, can I get the fighters to join group photo on stage? Because the surprises keep coming. I'm going to leave it to Dev, because we have a massive surprise here in a day of surprises. Dev Sani, take it away.
Thank you very much, Josh Denzel. Well, as we know, on May the 18th, the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. We've seen the undisputed belt up on the screen. Now let's see it in person, and we've got someone very, very special to bring it out. Let's introduce him. He's a native of Panama City, Panama. He retired with over 100 wins in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, and middleweight world champion, simply one of the greatest fighters in history, Roberto Hands of Stone Duran! Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed belt on the line May 18th between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. What a belt, and what a fighter holding that belt. Okay, everyone, just hold on stage for now. We have another...
The great Roberto Duran on stage. What do you make of the belt?
Look, it means an awful lot. It means an awful lot. It's different.
Okay, that was quick. We're going to go back. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is now on stage.
And before His Excellency comes to the stage, let's bring the main event out here to the front. Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Undisputed light heavyweight championship on the line, the main event on June the 1st. Okay, let's now welcome to the stage the chairman of GIA, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh.
I mean, look at that. Stage here, Dmitry Bivol on stage as well. Artur Beterbiev, the great Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone, His Excellency, Turkey Al-Sheikh, Frank Warren, you can see on the side there. Tug the Buff is there. Everyone's on stage.
The who's
Hold
who.
my mic, I'm getting on stage.
You're the only one missing.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Honestly, though, what an incredible announcement. 5 versus 5. Remember it, June 1st, live on DAZN. Beterbiev versus Bivol. We've seen some of the names. Zhang versus Wilder. Dubois versus Hergovich. Nick Ball versus Raymond Font. On and on and on and on. It's been an incredible performance. It's been an incredible press conference. And we will see you, don't forget, this Saturday, live on DAZN. It is the big one, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Barry, goodbye from Darren, goodbye from all of us.